Okay, so we're gonna look at the probably the biggest upset we're gonna see in probably a while. Not that Mr. Lawson is a bad fencer at all, but he did come in, completely unranked. So statistically speaking, it's an unranked fencer beating the reigning Olympic and world champion, and you'll just notice that he put so much pressure, and Cannone has like zero ability to actually read anything that he does. So we'll go in and have a watch. And other than that, you'll see that even though Lawson's like 6'6", he doesn't have like a super long lunge. Like relative to his body size, his attacks are very short to medium range, and it's really hard to punish if you're not ready for that. And Kenna not having the experience fencing that guy, he gets I won't say run over, but I feel like as soon as Lawson smelled blood, he just went out for it. Other than that, we're doing a streaming night on November 26th. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are a fencing nerd looking for other fencing nerds, come join the Discord. Link is in the bottom. Other than that, I wish I got to fence burn, but I kind of fenced one pool and then my knee gave up. So we're doing a rehab, and hopefully I'll get some more Vancouver content for you guys. But it is what it is. I'm going to follow what the pros say. The pros are saying do not fence, or you may not fence for the rest of your life. So let's just take it easy, and I guarantee you that I will not give up unless I have to, but that's not going to happen. So let's enjoy this bout, and thank you again for all the support. We'll see you guys soon. All right, so it's Mr. Lawson and Cannone, and you'll see this is a pretty interesting bout. So Lawson being at he's something like 6'6", right? He doesn't really lunge like a guy who's 6'6". He doesn't have a lot of amplitude on his lunge, right? He doesn't take like 3 meters, but like for being that tall, right? He covers for relative to his height, it's a short to medium amount of space, and the attack comes out fast. But there's specifically this bout, there's not a lot of prep behind, right? It's just I'm in distance, boom, I'm going for the kill, and Cannone needs stuff to play off of, and without that, Lawson really just takes it to him. So let's get in here. He's already fencing his arm really out, right? So there's not much for Cannone to play with. Right, so basically, here, right, just pushing. Right, so just pushing, beating the blade. And as soon as Cannone steps in, boom, it's a 6. And it hits. And you see, it's not like, it's a good lunge, don't get me wrong. But like realistically, right, it's not like he covered 3 meters. Cannone gets caught very flat-footed. Beat 8. As soon as Cannone thinks he can do it, right, enters the distance. Lawson just not having any of that business. Very straight. Well, it was a 6, but still like very straight, relatively speaking. Right, just no room to breathe for Cannone. Look at that, right? Cannone goes, wow. Instantly, there's a tip on your face. Look how close this actually is. Lots of pressure. So like Cannone doesn't like really get this right. And see, because of that, see, right, Cannone likes to pull and push back in, but because Lawson is only going forward, he doesn't actually get a lot of time, and like he doesn't have a lot of options in terms of finding a prep. So right here, right, you get maybe one more go. Lawson being ready. She keeps his tip pretty well on target. And gets that duck is no problem. Oh, see again, it says so. Arm pretty out. Goes in before Cannone even realizes, right? There's not much game happening. This is actually, like, it's so hard to fence this. And it's, like, it's a deep lunge because Mr. Lawson's tall, but because, like, for a guy who's 6'6", it's actually quite short, so it's really just boom, like it's really out of nowhere. So unless There's nothing, like, you just get sucked in and it just happens right away. So after seeing that hit, I was right. My earlier, obviously, my prediction was for Cannone to take it, but I knew Cannone was in trouble because Lawson was really in a good zone. Let's have a look. The arm pump. Nice high hand. So see, this is Lawson just right. He doesn't want to give too much arm. When you give too much arm to Cannone, he will eat you up. Oh, that's hard. So see, originally I thought because of this light here is so disconnected from. So let's follow here. Cannone actually just stood his ground. So this is Lawson expecting something, but he pulls back way too fast and just gets hit. A little bit of distant mismanagement. So to me, like, it's a bit of an unforced error, right? Lawson could just tell himself, if I'm gonna do something, I need to commit to it. That pressure. I don't know, that arm out, like that arm, I feel like he's fencing with his arm more out than usual. But with that arm out, it's so hard to react to this pressure. It's so hard to counter, right? Because that arm is so out, it's just gonna counterattack you. And I mean, let's be real, right? It's Cannone's still French grip. It's a little bit harder. And as I said, right, it's out. So unless you've got a mean take blade. Okay, so right, so here we have half step. Right, so he tries to go into 8. Lawson takes the 4. So it's a bit of a seating parry. But see, because the arm is so out, the distance is really good for Lawson. We take those. So right now, just beautifully fenced, right? Lawson just told himself, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to apply pressure. And Cannone is certainly feeling it right here. Wait, it's not really like... There's not much to read off of. Like, Cannone's just trying to punish. And it's not really like a prep step. It's just Lawson applying pressure with his tip. Cannone cannot punish this. So now see, when you give Cannone too much game, he will punish. See, 8, 8, 8, boom. Cannone punishes. Right, you can't give this guy too much to read. Because he is laser sharp. Again, it's on that extension, like 8 extension, pump back. Cannone's reading it. You can't give this guy too much game, right? Otherwise, right, you're giving him something to read. Back to the pressure. Right. Really good 4. Right, so very good discipline from Lawson. He's just put, like, look how he's just pushing, right? Before he'd be like, get hit. Now he's just in his face. Let's keep looking. In your face. But this time he's ready. A little step back, parry repose. Well done. Oof. It's so hard to read this. Right, like when you're prepping into a guy like this, right? Prep. Lawson's just not even giving him a chance to prep anything. He's just murdering him. Prep. Nope. Not happening. And then, right, given that short to long, if it was like, imagine like Cannone was back here and he had to force a long attack, yeah, of course. But because Lawson's only pressuring forward, Cannone feels really congested around here. Like, because right now here, right, he could do one prep, go back. Obviously, in hindsight, it's kind of a solution to try live to fight another day. But if he goes back to the end of the strip, right, he only really gets one more chance after this. Very, very hard to deal with. Let's keep going. Right, look at how busy Cannone's being to Lawson, just kind of pushing respectfully. Why pushing foot? Just keep my tip in your face. Look at that. So Cannone knows go in, gets it, just misses. To be fair, like he's finally getting some game out of Lawson, but he gets the parry. Goes for the parry after. Alright, so anytime Cannone overcommits, there's that attack. 9-4 in the first period. You're up against the reigning world and Olympic champion. I'm also starting to see right now he's at the back, right? When Cannone is at the back here, it's so scary. As well, like Cannone, and when anyone's at the back, right? If you have a French grip and you're stuck at the back, as soon as this happens, you are in so much trouble. Right? Even Mr. Lawson, that was a huge 6, but Cannone has nowhere to go. Got that commitment, and he gets absolutely wrecked. Here, man, 10-4. You are in trouble, my good sir. That's the old copium weapon switch. It's a good, if you're ever not feeling yourself in a bout, right, just change weapon. Not a big deal, assuming you like all your weapons. You have no favorite ones, just switch. You know, get yourself a bit of a breather, right? That's a solid 2-3 minutes. There you go, right? So, alright, so now Cannone's really respecting the distance a bit more. Because, right, Lawson's looking for this, but he's already a lot further than he usually is. And then Cannone punishes right away. But, like, this bout basically was almost over in the first period. So it's really hard to adapt that fast, right? 3 minutes is a short amount of time. Out. Alright, so now Lawson's kind of losing focus a bit. So the weapon switch looks like it kind of gave Cannone some breathing room. And Lawson's kind of looking for parries more than really that like aggressive tip pressure. Really respecting the distance. Oof. Like, see, yeah, so this is still a double too. That's how big the height difference is. But right, like he has to, if he's gonna hit on those short to medium attacks, you basically need to be on the spot before he's even there. And unless your distance is perfect, it's gonna be a double at best. There it is. Alright, so Lawson's pushing. So he sees that 6. See, now he's got he's already, so the reason this works over the last one He's a little ahead on the foot plant. See how, like, he's planted and ready to go back before Lawson has initiated? And he gets the retreat in time. This is actually just textbook. I wish we had a better angle. Boom. Foot plant. Right, with that arm pump. But he's got the retreat gone already. So here's now, it's time for Mr. Lawson to relax a bit and go back to his game plan. There you go. Boom, pressure. Way better distance. So see, this time, the attack, right? See, so Cannone foot plants, wants to counter attack. But see how, like, Lawson was already basically launched into his final attack a little bit before that foot plant. Alright, if you one land single counter, especially, like, you know, on a lot of fencers that might work, you might get the double at worse. But if you're fencing someone way taller than you, you need to be a step ahead of them. Oh, so right now, Lawson getting a little impatient. See why did that work? Foot plant. A little bit before the attack launches, and French grip happens. Actually really nice. So let's go back. Already ready, like you're right, he's basically already on a retreat, and Cannone plays a game of inches. Well done. On the retreat already, yeah. Ooh. Wow, that's really nice. How did that work? It's a bit of a surprise. Yeah, so Lawson had been like really attacking on everything, not letting Cannone breathe. And look how he just kind of goes in. Right, he kind of went in anticipating the attack. Right, he's pretty planted. Small prep step. And he knows Lawson's about to finish his step, right? Boom, just go under. And honestly, even, right, just not even close by a lot. Lawson just gets triggered and goes right in. So 12-10, he's kind of started to feel something. I do believe. So this is why I was a little scared. Like I saw Lawson was going back. But it was just to go to the break. But I felt if Lawson was fencing here, it'd be so dangerous for him. So now we go to the break, and Lawson will come back with the pressure. Cannone needs to find a way to stop that from happening. And I didn't really see him do any parries. But, like, it's, you know, I'm not their strategic coach, but it's also, obviously, easier said than done. But maybe he didn't think he could do it. Who knows, right? This is there again. So Lawson comes back and just steamrolls forward. So right here, right? No room, nothing, right? So I bet you Lawson's just going to launch, yeah. Right, just train right in. Close that bout out. If this was Dwight Smith was coaching, like I'm willing to bet he told him to just steamroll. All right, so let's see. We have 3 minutes. Let's see, like maybe within 2 seconds they're down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And look how like Cannone's just trying to get something, but he can't, right? He's no longer comfortable. This is so hard to deal with. And it's a relatively short to medium attack, right? If you, at this distance, right? If you haven't hit the guy here, you're in trouble. Oh, so this very straight attack. So the foot plant, yeah, so right foot plant. Cannone was already kind of Lawson was already kind of launched before that foot plant. No chance. It's very good pressure. You're in so much trouble if you Cannone. Yeah, the attack's launched before the foot plant ends. Double at best. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you upset the reigning world and Olympic champion, Mr. Lawson. Congratulations. I hope you keep it up, buddy. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care, guys.